fans, today we're taking a look at a Citizen Fugu NY0150-51A. I've already made a full in-depth review of this watch, just in a different color variation, so today's episode is more of just a show and tell. If you want the full review, the link will be in the description and also on the screen. But that in and of itself should show you how much I like this watch. I liked it so much that I bought two of them. The reason why I got this one was because it seemed more professional and less dressy, and I felt that it would be more practical in an industrial/engineering environment, which is primarily the type of environment that I work in. I think the Fugu is on the pricier side, usually selling for around $600 up front. However, if you're willing to spend 3 minutes searching for some coupon codes, you can easily bring down the price to around $450, which is what I paid for mine. Is $450 a good deal? I wouldn't say it's a good deal, but I can certainly say that you're receiving a solid-ass watch. I don't know what it is about Citizen Promasters, but they are built like shit brick houses. So even if it's not exactly the best deal, Citizen does a good job of softening the blow to your wallet by providing excellent quality. Speaking of quality, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. You've got an outstanding dive bezel, sapphire crystal, the legendary Citizen Lume, a knurled screw-down crown, a super fun engraved screw-down caseback, a worry-free bracelet and clasp combo, and all this combined is going to give you a diver's ISO rating of 200 meters. So this watch is going to be just fine no matter how hard you're scrubbing your ass in the bathtub. And just in case you don't want to check out my full review, here are the dimensions real quick. I've got zero complaints with the size. As a daily beater that moonlights as a diver, I think it's neither too big or small and can fit any wrist. I said legendary Citizen Lume earlier, and here's a quick preview of that. If you've never owned a Citizen watch, I can tell you with full confidence their lume is industry leading. Their lume might even be too bright, as the whole purpose of lume is to allow you to read the dial and not actually blind you in the dark. But I've been told by everyone that lume can never be too bright, and I guess Citizen took that as a challenge. Aesthetically, all I can say is when I put it on my wrist, I really like what I see. I'm usually not a fan of white dials, but for whatever reason, this one tickled my fancy. Not to get too corny here, but the white dial reminds me of chart paper to write down notes or equations, and the brushed finishing paired with the knurled crown makes me feel like it belongs in a CNC shop for precision instruments. That is the best way to describe why this watch's style appeals to me. Another thing I really like is how the bezel markers are slightly reflective and also silver tone, which really complements everything well. There are some minor things that don't ruin the watch, but I feel can be improved on. One of those things is the absence of drilled lugs. I think it's fine if a dressy watch doesn't have drilled lugs, but a tool watch like this can benefit greatly from having them. I also think the clasp should have at least 3 micro adjustable positions. This one only has 2 and no half links, so you may find that it is impossible to get that perfect fit depending on your wrist size. For me personally, I always wear my watches a bit loose, so it's a non-issue for me. But other than that, I think this watch is a home run. And as much as I hate comparing watches, if I had to say it, I'd even go as far as to say that this is a Seiko killer. I say this as more of a Seiko fan than a Citizen fan, but I have to give credit where credit is due. There is an undeniably solid feeling from these Fugus that is lacking from Seikos in the same price range, and even from Seikos that are 2 to 3 times more expensive. Everything about this watch just feels tight and properly assembled with a purpose. The bezel action is responsive and resolute, and the second you operate the crown, you know that this is a proper tool watch. Nothing is worse than a flimsy crown action, and the Fugu's crown does not disappoint. The second you get this watch in your hands, you can tell right away that it was built for business, and I think that's a quality that Citizen has really fine-tuned in their Promaster watches. Most other brands I've experienced, I kind of accept that QC may be a hit or miss, but I never have the issue with Citizens. So that's all I got to say about the Fugu. I'm sure you can tell that I am a fan, and if you've been eyeing this one, you've got my wholehearted recommendation for it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It goes without saying that if you're a newcomer, you're more than welcome to join my community. All the links are in the description, and a like and subscribe is always appreciated. But other than that, take it easy and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.